Silence, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Julie Nickel.
Here.
Pete Kazmarski.
Here.
Ryan Milky. Here. Steve Bastian.
Here.
Mike Johnson.
Here.
Steve Vanderkamp.
Here.
No public hearing scheduled. Persons wishing to address the council, we have the Christian Home and Rehabilitation Center presentation and fundraising, and also we have Jonathan Venheisen here, who is going to be a county board candidate, Fond du Lac County. John, would you like to go first on this?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
thank
just
you.
want to stop by and introduce myself. I'm John Fernández. Live over by Edgewood Church and running for the 7th district in the county board.
Could you come to the podium real quick?
I'm a little, one more few people here than I thought there would be. You guys got a good meeting tonight. It's cool. But I just wanted to, like I said, just want to introduce myself. And if you don't know where the 7th district is, it's Brandon Street and Main Street and the north and the east of that. So pretty much the 6th and a little bit of the 5th. So but yeah, so I hope we can work together and look forward to meeting all of you again.
Okay, did you circulate papers for that?
December 1st.
December 1st is the same,
So I got a
okay.
little bit of time for that.
Okay,
Is there an existing member or?
Oh, yeah, so Dick Wetzel is the existing, he's retired. So I have his support and met with him. Yeah, he's excited to be done, I think. I think he's doing 14 years.
14 years. Mhm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks,
Very
guys.
nice, nice.
Have a good meeting.
Okay, thank you. Okay. And we have some of the board members with the Christian Home and Rehabilitation Center who would like to lead. Sue Wall is with us. I know Rick Van Hoff on the board with us. The other members, like maybe to introduce themselves to the council that are here on behalf of the Christian board, home board.
Bill Lumens, Steve Grams, Ross Hicken.
Let me just tell you how this got started. I came to Kyle and I said, I realize the city can't help us financially, but we'd really like the leadership of our city fathers. And you guys have been very gracious about this so far. We're getting help from Kathy. Kyle's writing in the mayor's column and community newsletter, and we appreciate all the support you can get. I'll let Sue, our board president, tell you about the project.
Thank you, Rick.
Hi, and thank you for your time. I didn't know quite what to expect and what you expect of me, so we're just kind of roll off the cuff here. I don't know how well informed you are about the Christian Home and Rehab, so I'll just give you a brief summary. The Christian Home is not owned by an organization, a business, or a profit-seeking group. We are owned by the Waupun and surrounding area citizens. We are a not-for-profit facility. The board of directors are volunteers from area churches that meet monthly to oversee the work of the home's management team and to set strategic direction of the organization. We are very proud of what the Christian Home has accomplished over the last several years and are now looking with great anticipation to the future. The current vision of the Christian Home Board of Directors is to build a new 50-bed skilled care facility and a new state-of-the-art modern rehabilitation center. That's our big project. The bulk of what our monies that we're trying to raise is for. This is what we feel is best for not only the community, but also for our residents. We strive not to only bring quality care to our residents, but also a quality place for our friends and our neighbors to work. Our rehabilitation center is our newest addition to the Christian Home Incorporation. It was developed in 2009. We have a great reputation and provide services for both our inpatient residents as well as our outpatient clients. We have worked hard to keep pace with the needs of the community, but our facility has outlived its life. In order to build a new facility, our capital campaign is going to take commitment from the entire community. We need the community support to make the Christian Home what it can be. The Board of Directors is counting on the community to step up and to support the home once again so that the community may show their support in keeping the skilled care facility in Waupun to serve our elderly and those that need continuum of care for generations to come. There's a misconcept that the Christian home is only for old people. We've had residents that were 21 years old, but they were unable to take care of themselves after surgery for wound care and the like. So we touch more than just the older, the elderly people. We strive to get our residents back into the community, back into their own homes. It's time to give back to our elders also that gave us so much, how much they've given to us. A few facts, something that we're very proud of is we are now a 5-star quality of care facility. That was given to us by the state of Wisconsin. Our staff has worked real hard for that, despite the conflicts that the building has. Our rooms are small for visits, but that's not the battle we have. Our biggest battle is because of the advancement in the medical field. We have lifts to help our residents go from their bed into the bathrooms. But our bathrooms are constructed, the doorways are too small, and it's hard to manipulate these lifts into the bathrooms and into their rooms. So it's a safety hazard, not only for our residents, but also for our staff. Inside this $13 million, it also includes some renovations that have to be done. We're trying to take care of all of Waupun. We do have visions for the existing facility, so it's not going to be demolished. We're going to put it to good use. A few facts. Did you know that if 3,000 residents in Waupun pledged $27 a month for 3 years, that's our $3 million that we think we are hoping to raise within the community to serve the community. We have not asked for any help throughout the community since the late 70s when we did an expansion then. The homestead is part of us, and so was the living center. Those we did not use any community fundings for. But I remember when I was in high school, that will age me, having bake sales and having sales that our class did, and that went to the Christian home. And I'm hoping that you will encourage other civic organizations and other clubs in Waupun to help support us. I'm glad that I have a little bit of my board behind me to help me, but I'd like to be able to answer any questions.
What are your numbers looking like right now for the homestead and for,
Our homestead and our living center, they support the nursing home.
okay, and what's your numbers looking at?
You mean our census?
Yes.
We're full.
And,
We have about, our homestead, we usually have a waiting list for,
okay, how many,
17 beds in the homestead,
okay,
24 units at the living center, and then the skilled care is the 50 beds. If we would sell those 50 beds, you know what would happen to the skilled care facility in Waupun? It would be gone. A profit-seeking group would buy those 50 beds and take them to Dane County or another county where they can be more lucrative in a wealthier community. We would no longer have a skilled care rehabilitation center in Waupun. That's 50 of our residents that are homeless, to start with.
Is your fundraising started now?
It has started, it's slow. The comments that we've heard by doing some of our visits, I'd rather support the youth. It's one comment that we hear quite often. My heart is with the youth. I didn't realize that it was that bad. We didn't realize that you were that serious. If we want to keep a facility, we have to build within the next 3 to 5 years, or we will be closed. It's hard for us because we put a lot of time, a lot of effort. The board is 100% emotionally and financially behind this project. We felt as though we cannot go to the community, cannot go to the businesses unless the board is behind it. And we are behind it.
I'm willing to start out and ask a challenge to any of the people here, whether elected or not, and whether they can contribute as much as but I'll give you a $500 check tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
A month?
Just for a point of information, we do have automatic withdrawal set up
At the National Bank.
And we do have an e-trade account set up if anybody wants to
Scott
donate
Trade.
stock.
So we're trying to get things, convenient for everybody. We really are. But we're volunteers, we're not in this field, and so there might be a few things that we overlook, but I'm telling you, every one of the board members, we're doing our best.
I've known people that have been there. My mother's that always was from Beaver Dam, and is been in assisted living and nursing home. I'm very familiar with the work that you do and seeing the neighbors and visiting basically every week.
Thank you
So-
very much.
And that's, I think, where we all can step up to the plate, so to speak, and trying to get the message out in the community, you know, what this means and the seriousness of
It means a lot to
This
a fund,
facility
and
and
this would bring a
what the
lot
loss
of,
would be to our community.
yeah,
And
and it would bring more jobs into a pond, skilled jobs. To a pond also.
It really means retention of about 120 skilled jobs and then the addition of a number yet to be determined as they look at expanding and bringing additional services. So they've identified the need for community-based residential facilities, and that would be an enhancement to the local economy. So, you know, it's not only, it is residents, and that's really critically important, there's also jobs. So there's a bigger story.
And we don't turn away Medicare, you know, there's private pay, there's Medicaid, and there's Medicare. Private pay, we can make a little bit of a profit for, and same with Medicare. Medicare is most of the time, it's the rehab, you know, section. short-term. Medicaid, we lose $40, between $35 and $40 per day per resident that's on Medicaid. That's a lot of money, but we don't turn them away, because that's not the mission of the church, and it's not the mission of a caring community.
Could you, if anyone does want to do the, like, automatic withdrawal or whatever, to the
Go to
bank, how,
National
just go to the website or go to the bank,
Just
or?
go to the bank, and you have to sign for your accounts, and, you know, so that they have everything, and they have it, you just say, we'd like to have an automatic withdrawal from our account into the Christian Home Capital Campaign.
So is that well as I can drop my check off there tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you can. Or you can drop it off at the nursing home, because in that way, we can give you a receipt. Then Julian can give you a receipt too.
Okay.
So, and I thank you.
If I can stress one thing, I mean, we're all out meeting one-on-one with businesses and civic groups. I've spoken several times, and I could talk for an hour, as you boys, most of you know. But if we want to get one point across, it's what Sue said about bylaws and regulations. If somebody would buy us, and this is why we want to stay independent and structured as we are. If somebody would buy us, they can move us one county. Once those beds are gone, they're gone. While Pines Nursing Home is no longer
State
in
has a
existence,
cap.
those beds will never come back. That's the thing to remember.
And another shocking thing, you know, 10 years ago, Randy's brother-in-law had a thing in our church bulletin about having someone come and help paint at the Christian home. And a comment that I've heard, and I was maybe one, I didn't say it, but I thought, they charge that kind of money and they can't hire someone to paint. There is not a business in the area that will open up a nursing home, because it's not a win-win situation. A nursing home is a mission. It's not a business adventure for skilled care. That's why you have so many assisted livings. There's different we have 3 different licenses for care. We have our skilled care unit, which we pay $170 per month per bed that goes to the state to help fund Medicare and Medicaid. That's why we dropped from our 82 beds down, our 74 beds down to 50 beds, because that bill was breaking us when we had a hard time filling 50 beds, and there's a bigger kickback. So that was a hard decision, knowing that we'll never get those 24 beds back. But it was a business, without Ignatian's help 3.5 years ago, we would not be here, because that's how bad our finances were.
you have raised, excuse me, some funds to
We've
date
raised over $200,000 already.
that you pretty much have targeted towards, is that the design of the facility or the engineering of it?
Our goal was, we were not gonna hire a schematic design until after we had $250,000. We have target dates that we have set. That was one target date that we felt very comfortable with. Some of us are frugal Dutchmen on the board, so we're not gonna spend someone else's money, because it's also our money.
And we have pledge forms, and we're flexible on that for anybody that fills one out. You can put wording on there such as, let's just say you're given $1,000. I'll give the first 500 upon groundbreaking. I'll give the second 500 upon completion. I mean, you can word the
Yeah.
pledge form any way you want.
Steve?
And we also had somebody that Rick and I had talked with last week, wondered about, if you see the pledge form, it'll say, 1, 2, 3 years. This person asked if you could do a 5-year.
Just the ones that we have.
And I said, yeah, I'm not even gonna, if that's gonna make it easy for somebody to make a large commitment over an extended period of time. This person also said he usually completes it in 3 years anyway, but he wanted that little hedge,
Sure.
just in case something happens.
He does that to watch the markets in case markets drop.
Are there any other questions?
Come up to the podium, please, thanks.
Sue had mentioned that, the nursing home isn't a real profit center. That's the truth for us. Some of the board members had the opportunity to go to a facility in Oconomowoc, and it's a whole different ballgame there. We have people here that are on Medicaid, and no fault of their own, that's the way it is. That facility that they went to cost you $500,000 to get your foot in the door. And then you rent a room, I believe the rate was $1,700 and some dollars a month.
And that was for assisted living.
This is a different community. We don't have that kind of money here. But we really feel that we need to provide a facility that takes care of our elderly and also takes care of us if we need rehab. I think that's the point that we really want to stress too, is that if we don't have a rehab center here in Waupun,
How far do we have to go?
okay? And so it's not just us, but what about our loved ones that want to come and visit us? You gonna run to Beaver Dam or to Fond du Lac, or? That's one of the things that we're also up against.
Well, there's a vision 61 years ago, was that 61 when it was started?
70 years
And
ago.
70 years ago, and now, there's a new vision. And as you mentioned, this is a community
I shared this
initiative, and we need to,
with Kyle last week, Tuesday, when we met. There were 3 criteria 61 years ago to enter into the Christian home. You had to be 65 years old, you had to be good character, and in good health.
It leaves me out.
That's all I'm saying. That's how we've evolved to where we are now. And that's why we're in the situation we are now. Most nursing facilities are replaced after 25 or 30 years. Technically, we should be on our 3rd building campaign. This is our first one.
we'll continue to get the message out into the community as much as we can. Love the partnership with your board. I know Kathy's been engaged in maybe some opportunities that may present themselves to help also, so.
And if there's any questions, please, Barb Workus is our administrator, she's with the Agnesian Healthcare, she can answer a lot of the medical questions better than what I can. But any board member that you know of, and if you have any questions, if you doubt what we're saying, ask for a tour.
Yeah, come
Because
down.
they will come down and have a tour, that is eye-opening.
And we would like to do that sometime, to come down and take a tour, like,
Yeah, and Mary is very good, she'll have coffee, water, and treats, to serve too, so then we can have a roundtable discussion too. But please, it's important that everyone pass the word around the need that Waupun has. And it will bring people into Waupun, people will want to stay here when they retire. Thank you very much.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bring my dog.
Pet therapy.
Thank you.
Going to move up, the next item on the agenda is Candace Woyan Endowment Fund Agreement. I know we have Keith and Carla here, family members, we have Jen with the YMCA is also here. So,
Yes, I'm Keith Boyan. This is my wife, Carla. These are my granddaughters. These are Candace's daughters, Jordan, Aaliyah, and Alyssa. And my new good friend, John Poole from the YMCA, here to help. You all should have a copy, hopefully, of the agreement.
Yes.
As presented, that's been worked on for many months between my family and the YMCA, and I guess the city now has had a chance to look at it. A little more, if I may, a little more background on this. The purpose of this, I wrote this down, so I'm going to read. One of the primary purposes of this annual program will be to provide a no-cost opportunity for all area children to learn beginning water basics at the Waupun Family Aquatic Center. Another purpose is to convey the extreme importance for all to learn how to swim at an early age. Drowning is the second leading cause of accidental death for children. It is this program's intent to provide basic swimming skills to all area children, including those who may not otherwise have the opportunity, and to create a life skill that can begin at an early age and hopefully stay with that person for the rest of their life. The person, my daughter Candace. Candace Boyan was a kind, passionate woman who grew up in the Waupun area. At an early age, she learned how to swim at the Fond du Lac County Park pool. She enjoyed it very much. She also loved music, theater, dolphins, and she really loved children. She worked at the Waupun Reef Care Facility and at McDonald's. She also volunteered her time at the Union Congregational Church, helping with Sunday school and the nursery. Candace also knew the challenges. Having been diagnosed with epilepsy as a teen, and later as a single mother of 3 daughters. Candace passed away in 2007 due to an epileptic episode. In her memory and in her spirit, this program was created. The Endowment Fund. In honor and memory of Candace Woyan, the Candace Woyan Endowment Fund would like to be created. This will be done by myself and Carla, with help and support from Candace's siblings, Tabitha Bossenbrook and Benjamin Woyan, along with Candace's daughters, Aaliyah and Alyssa Hutchinson and Jordan Woyan. YMCA of Dodge County, as a 501c3 organization, will manage the contributions and investments. It is the intent that this fund will be perpetual, serving the Waupun area for years to come. It is from this fund the Candace Woyan Begin to Swim program will be financed. Additional future programs may be developed as funding becomes available. In the program, the YMCA of Dodge County will develop and manage the Candace Woyan Begin to Swim program. The program will be open to all Waupun area children at no charge. Upon completion, the child will receive a certificate of accomplishment and a complimentary ice cream cone from Who's End of the Trail Candy Shop. I do got to do a little disclaimer here. This isn't an original idea from me. I'm jacking this idea from the McKinstry family in Beaver Dam. They've been doing this for over 25 years. The Beeb Honor McKinstry Begin to Swim program. And YMCA of Dodge County has been managing this since the beginning. So they're very well versed at doing this. So this has been in the planning. We've been working on this. I think we met in March, and we've been talking back and forth, and we're now at this point. Jen, would you like to add anything? She's helped me a lot. She's my new good friend. So a great person to work with, and looking very forward to. Should you accept us, I hope you do. Our family's really looking forward to working with them and making this a great program here in Waupun. And any questions?
How can contributions be made?
Pardon?
How can contributions be made?
How can they be made? I haven't gotten that far yet. They can be made to the YMCA, I think, if you want, just to the YMCA of Dodge County, and just write down the Candace Woyan Endowment Fund. Yeah,
Okay.
appreciate it, yeah.
Do they have a bank that they deposit directly?
This is going into an investment.
But I mean, if you don't want to go to the Y to drop off your check, are you dealing with the bank that you can know everything to the Y?
We can just give it to Jen,
It's through,
probably.
yeah,
Jen, we can just give it to you.
sure, sure,
Okay.
Aquatic center is open, you can take it to your.
yes.
We're just not.
Sure, we take it to the city.
Yes.
Angie and I talk all the time, I mean, we're
It's a 501c3, as I said, so any donations are tax deductible. Any other questions?
We do have an agreement on the agenda this evening that we'd like to take action on in support of this endowment fund in this program. First of all, thank you so much for your generosity. This is very, very important for our community and especially for the young children, to give them an opportunity that, like you say, many times they don't have that opportunity. And I think this is really heartfelt and really appreciate, you doing this for our community. And thank you so much.
Thanks for the consideration. This is something, since my daughter passed away, I've been kind of looking for something that fit her. As I said, she had challenges when she was young mother. Can't always afford it, swim lessons, soccer, whatever have you, and hopefully this will give maybe children that can't or couldn't get to something like this, give them the opportunity to do so. So, and it's, like I said, rich, poor, yellow, black, white, anybody's welcome to this thing, no charge. So,
Thank you so much.
thank you for the consideration.
Thanks, Keith.
We do have this scheduled for a motion, that I would entertain a motion to
I'll
approve.
make that motion to approve this.
A motion by Julie.
I'll second it.
Second by Nancy. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. We can, if we have just a few minutes, we'll sign the agreement so then we can get those two.
Did you want us to come up there?
Sure, yes. And Jen, Jen needs this sign.
Yeah.
I put it in here.
Kyle, you should have the family up. Kyle,
Rob.
the whole
The entire
family.
family.
Yeah.
if you wanna connect.
Come on up, girls.
What goes in here? These two spaces.
I think just mayor. Yep.
Back there. I have a blue one out.
What's the date today?
10th today.
Art.
Excuse me.
Send that
Yeah.
for the community newsletter. That, is this all signed here?
These two up here are crazy.
Jen. Is your copy?
You.
Shortest one, you're taller. Yeah, I know, they're just about taller than me. Well, most of them are. Hey, Jen.
You're the new best friend.
Best friends.
We're gonna be old friends, so.
Wonderful, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Pictures on that?
Be the right side up.
Here's your pen. Here's your pen.
Right?
Here's your pen.
No, that's my
Steve,
Oh, your
you should
pen,
be
that's
able
gotta
to see
be-
that now in your pictures. Everyone should have that.
There it is. That's okay.
Okay.
Wait, I just can't get the other one with the Christian Home on. There it is.
Pictures I took, should
Oh, okay, wonderful.
click on that.
Yeah, I don't have to go.
Convertible.
It's gonna ask you.
Send it to me. It's in there too. Send it to me.
Did you really just say that?
Did you just send it?
No, if you look, they should be there. Now, scroll up, you'll see my,
Where?
see my convertible.
The meeting, just remember, remind,
What, how
the
did
meeting
you
is
Look, look under photos.
Photos.
Okay, we'll call the meeting back to order. Minutes of the common council meetings held on October 13th and a special meeting on October 27th. Your motion to approve.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Mike, here second.
Second.
Second by Julie. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, so carried. Boards, committee, and commission meetings. Entertain a motion to approve the minutes of those meetings.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Nancy,
I'll second.
second by Mike. Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, so carried. The consent agenda, police chief, anything to add?
A few days ago, we swore in a new officer. His name is Hans Wagner. He's going through his FTO program right now. Two of our Fire and Police Commission members, actually one of the members, the president, and Nancy Vanderkin, our liaison for the council, attended some Fire and Police Commission training just recently.
It was great. Thank you for giving us that opportunity. It was very nice.
I think that's it.
Okay, thank you, chief. Fire chief, BJ, anything to add?
We've got 5 firefighters that are gonna be wrapping up their probationary period here at the end of the month. All 5 have been great contributors to the department, so either in December or January timeframe, we will have them here at the common council meeting to be introduced formally to the common council. And then an update on our food drive and pizza delivery. We raised just over 3,100 pounds of food and $660 for the food pantry this past Saturday. And for pizza delivery, we delivered 40 pizzas, handed out 55 batteries and 4 smoke alarms.
Very nice.
Nice.
Wonderful program. Thanks for doing that.
Ask him a
Yes.
question.
Sure.
How was your training was last week, wasn't it, at the clinic? How did that go?
Due to a flurry of fire calls, we had to
Oh.
end up canceling it.
Oh, okay.
So we are going to try and reschedule that for the, I believe it's December 21st, whatever the third Monday in December is.
And I did contact the SWAT team, and they are going to, but I think they were going to get approval, and I'm not sure if it's going to be in conjunction with your training or not.
Yeah, they had already, they've stopped by and talked to me, so
Good.
they have made
Good.
contact with the hospital regarding the property already.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. City Clerk Angie?
Just to remind everybody, we do have election dates for next year, February 16 primary, April 5 election regarding mayor and council members, 2, 4, and 6. I have received the declaration of candidacy from Pete and Nancy. Steve has issued his non-candidacy papers today. We're waiting on the mayor.
Do we have to approve that non-candidacy? Because I'll vote for not to approve that.
Second.
Steve knows my opinion on that, and I hope he reconsiders before tomorrow.
So papers will be accepted from anyone in the public wanting to run for any of those positions, and they can start circulating nomination papers December 1st.
December 1st, okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Library Director, Brett?
We actually had some power knocked out this morning at the library because a squirrel was trying to play electrician and he died.
And he died.
He died,
Just thought I'd pass that on. Just in case people were saying, what was going on at the library this morning? So, that's all.
Director of Public Works, Dick, anything to add?
Main Street bids were open, apparently low bidder is Michael's Material. Just an FYI for our Mike.
And up on utilities?
Mayor, a quick update from our Utility Commission meeting last evening. The Utility Commission approved our 2016 budget. Some major items in that budget include construction costs of $1.1 million for water main replacement and $920,000 for sewer main replacement on the West Main Street project. The Utility Commission also approved management's recommendation to apply to the Public Service Commission for an electric rate tariff increase. We anticipate an average increase of 1.45%. It takes several months to get through the application process. Once approved by the Public Service Commission, I would anticipate implementing that new rate in somewhere in April of 2016. To put this rate increase in real dollars for our residential customers, our average residential customer would see an increase of $1.56 on their monthly utility bill. Our last rate increase was 2.1%, and that was implemented in May of 2012. So we've tried to hold that line as long as we can, and we continue to see that our margin shrink. For example, 82 cents of every dollar of revenue that we take in goes right back out to pay our wholesale electric rate. So that means that we have 18 cents left to use for construction, operation, maintenance, debt service, and taxes. And we continue to see that margin shrink. So that's one of the major drivers that's pushing this rate increase to come through at this point.
Thank you. Economic development.
Nothing to add.
Thank you. Entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda reports.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Julie,
I'll second.
second by Ryan. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Appointment of the Transit Committee member, the police chief or designee.
Sure.
Okay. In case you were unaware. Okay. I'd entertain a motion to appoint the police chief or his designee.
Oh, I'd like to
the-
make that motion.
Okay, motion by Nancy to second,
I'll second.
second by Pete. All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. 2016 proposed budget follow-up. Any questions or comments? Dick?
Thank you,
I have
Jared.
One update, the Board of Public Works approved to move the mower that was scheduled for 2016, or 2017, move it up to 2016, and we're gonna push the truck back a little bit, order that later, and then
Okay.
order the accessories the following.
Okay. Jared, do you have any updates or any comments?
The only thing I would add is that we've made a few small changes, about $18,000 to add to the general fund, but the overall tax levy is going to remain the same, so we'll just pull some from the equipment replacement and capital improvement fund, because we had a small reserve we were starting to build there. There are a couple of keying errors, and just from the additional room tax revenue that we're generating, that is go to Waupun Festival Fund, so that was the bulk of that $18,000 increase. So, as Dick mentioned, there are many changes that will take place. The tax levy's not gonna change. We'll still work within those schedules that were provided.
And we do have the public hearing set for the 27th, or,
24th.
oh, I'm still in October here, no wonder, 24th.
Can I ask something?
Sure.
Is there any money left over to buy Dick a new tire for the city car?
I think we'll leave that one alone. So, just, we do have the public hearing for the 2016 proposed budget scheduled the end of the month. So we'll move on from there. Okay, establish the council and committee of the whole meeting dates for December and January. I know there's a facility assessment committee meeting in December, and I know a number of us have been attending those meetings. I believe that's the second Tuesday, so we given any thought as far as moving that date? 15th? Would that work for everyone? December 15th for our council?
For the council?
Regular council meeting?
Possibly no committee of the whole.
When is the parade? Is that conflict?
Second.
Second.
He's got a calendar.
December
December
1st.
Yeah, but he's got October's.
December, Tuesday, December 1st.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we'll conflict with that.
No.
That's when it is.
And we'll eventually need, the names if you're gonna attend that parade again. Typically, most everyone does attend that, so. That would be Tuesday, December 1st for that, so does the 15th work?
Tuesday?
For your schedule?
22nd.
No.
December 15.
Council meeting or,
Regular council meeting, yeah.
so then we may have one then.
Possibly, but typically the last, we typically don't have a meeting the last,
So the parade's the 1st,
right?
and then the 15th is the council.
Regular council
Okay,
meeting.
got it.
Which might be our only meeting.
Right,
We'll schedule the 15th then, our meeting.
okay.
Thank you.
So Mayor, you look for the truck and trailer again?
Sure, yeah, you would. The same time,
6
o'clock,
p.m.
yeah. Okay, move on to the payment of the bills. Any questions or comments? Otherwise, entertain a motion to approve.
Make a motion to pay the bills.
Second,
Roll call, please.
Julie Nichol.
aye.
Pete Kazmarski.
Aye.
Brian Milky. Steve Bastian.
Aye.
Mike Johnson.
Aye.
Nancy Vanderkam.
Aye.
Under motions, you also have the 2016 Business Improvement District budget. Angie handed out the proposed budget. Any questions or comments? Otherwise, entertain a motion to approve.
I'll motion to approve.
Okay, motion by Steve, here a second.
I'll second it.
Second by Nancy, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, so carried. I know there's a Business Improvement District meeting tomorrow morning. And we also have the 2016 Public Transit Operating Assistance application. Jared, do you have any
Sure.
comments on this? I believe it was in your packet as far as
Yeah,
the.
it's in the packet there. Want to point out, there's no significant changes. So basically, after what we collect from revenues for the taxi ride share, the shared ride taxi, there's an operating deficit of 74,000. The state and federal grant will cover a little over 61,000. So what we'll be levying for as part of our tax levy is 16,000. So our estimated share is $15,555.
We have that in the budget.
Yes,
Good,
that's in the
okay.
budget.
Okay. I entertain a motion to approve the application.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Julie, do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Second by Pete, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, so carried. One other item, some licenses, operators licenses and a temporary Class B for City Hall auditorium events. Chief?
All 7 of the top licenses in A are good, and the ones in B, the 2 should also be good also.
Okay, so I would entertain a motion to approve all of the licenses.
I'll make that motion to approve all of them.
Motion by Nancy, do I hear a
Second.
second? Second by Steve, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, so carried. And we will be going into closed session.
Can I mention one thing, Mayor?
Sure.
Just as a reminder, if anybody's available tomorrow for Veterans Day, we have the Veterans event at 11 o'clock up in the City Hall auditorium.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's kind of a neat thing if you're
Thank you for
around to
that.
pop in there.
Time?
11 o'clock, 11.
11. Hey, I'd entertain a motion to go into closed session under 19.851E of the Wisconsin statutes, deliberating or negotiating the purchase of public properties, the investing of public funds, or conducting other specified public business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session, and this has to do with potential development in the Waupun Business Park. I'd entertain a motion to go into closed
You
session.
say that again?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Julie.
I'll second it.
Steve was the second.
Seconded.
Steve seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, so carried. Thank you. And Jared, if you would just state.